Today's event, presented by the Law Institute of Victoria and the Victorian Women's Lawyers, supports the Victorian AIDS Council. The event commemorates the life of Dame Roma Mitchell. Dame Roma was the first woman appointed as Queen's Counsel, an Australian Court Judge, and finally State Governor. We have much to learn from people such as Dame Roma. Dame Roma struggled for equality in the law and in society. The suffragettes, those women who paved the way for others to follow. The battle for equality, of course, continues, not just for women, but for many. Great strides have been made in recent decades for women's rights and gay equality, but a great deal more needs to be done. The Law Institute of Victoria has been and remains a strong advocate for the removal of laws that discriminate on the basis of sexual orientation or gender identity. The LIV approved a policy to that effect in 2007, entitled Removal of Discrimination Against People on the Basis of Gender Identity or Sexual Orientation, and the LIV continues to make submissions on the issue. As a state party to the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Australia has undertaken that all people are to be equal before the law and are entitled without discrimination, and guarantees to all people equal and effective protection against discrimination on any grounds such as race, colour, sex, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth or other status. The Law Institute of Victoria considers that the definition of marriage in the current Marriage Act, which reads, "A union of a man and a woman to the exclusion of all others," is in breach of Australia's international human rights obligations. The Law Institute of Victoria supports the Marriage Equality Amendment Bill of 2009, which proposes to change the definition of marriage to that of a union of two people. The LIV submits that in denying same-sex couples the right to marry, this is a restraint on individual freedom and unjustified with reference to the interests of society as a whole. The movement for equal marriage rights and lessons learned from the women's movements for equality will be discussed by Michael Kirby in his address today. The Victorian Women's Lawyers convener, Patricia Anasiadakis, I apologise for the pronunciation if I've missed it, will introduce Michael shortly. I know we're all very much looking forward to hearing from him and hearing what he has to say. Between now and then, I will encourage you to buy raffle tickets, 2, 3, I think it's 5 for $20. The proceeds will support the Australian AIDS Council and the Gay Men's Health Centre, which works to confront the continuing challenges of the HIV epidemic and the gay and lesbian community's broader health issues. I urge you to support those living with and those at risk of HIV. The prizes, it's not really about the prizes, obviously, it's about the giving. Is that subtle enough? No, the prizes are very good. They include 2 tour and taste VIP vouchers valued at $120 each, and 6 bottles of premium wines from Broken Wood Vineyards worth another $220. There's also a $100 gift voucher from Shoes of Prey, 2 deluxe timber hampers from the Fruit Box, 2 L'Arcade aux Folies tickets, I've pronounced. Once again, my pronunciation, my French leaves a little to be desired. Hopefully my knowledge of the law is a little stronger. That's for the opening night at the National Theatre, worth $60 each. Volunteers will be collecting tickets and money, or handing out tickets, collecting money. At the end, there'll be a draw. So once again, we encourage you very much to give to this very worthy cause. The prizes will be drawn. Perhaps the tickets will be drawn at the end of the lunch. And I will apologise in advance. I'm residing in Melbourne at the moment. My family's still in Mildura. Haven't been home for 3 weeks, so I'm going to be sneaking away at about 1:30. Please, especially if Michael's still speaking, please do not take that as any disrespect. Unfortunately, the airline's a little inflexible on such matters. So I thank you very much, and I invite Pat to come up. say a couple of words?